Hello and welcome to another video, and in this video I'm going to be trying out this work by LOISH. And if you do not know who LOISH is, you should go check her out on Instagram or anywhere. She's an amazing artist, basically digital artist. And so in this video basically I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of digital art. Well, basically before I start with the video, it was last year, almost like 9 or 10 months ago, that I was on Instagram and there was this super craze about digital art. Every artist I followed was illustrating with digital art, and that is when I realized that the whole art merchandise, at least a majority of the art merchandise, use digital art. And like a lot many other people, I had this misconception, which is pretty wrong. Obviously, that is why I call it misconception. So that maybe digital art is an easy peasy job, and maybe just people are so into the trend and they have left the traditional art and everyone's using digital art. But this is a very misconception, and it was just not me, but even other people. If you're an artist, you have the misconception, you would really work on that, do your research, and realize that you were wrong. But if you are not, if you are someone else, and I don't blame the person, it's quite natural that you will stick to your thought that it is the easy job. Well, none of it is easy. um, we all love Pixar, we all love Disney, we all love Moana and Brave, but at the end of the day, we are like, when someone does digital art, maybe it's a easy peasy job, and maybe listening to it, it doesn't sound true, but at the very bottom of your heart, you know that, you feel that. So anyway, that's not important. So I tried out digital art on my mobile, and it was not really a very good experience. I realized it was so tiring and just was hopeless. I was hopeless. And especially if you're trying to do digital art on a 5-inch screen on your mobile, it's a bad idea. So anyway, I used to keep downloading and deleting, and at got inspired a lot by LOISH and some other artists, and so I stuck to this. At the end of the year, actually, I stuck to doing digital art, and I really tried. And if you check out my Instagram, there are a few of them, you know, back then, a lip and a mouse, and it was really turning out well, and I was so proud. So I got into this, and then at last I got my tab a few months ago, and the unboxing video is in here already. So and people were like, why do you need to buy a thing like that when you have paper and pen? It's a wastage of money and blah blah blah. So basically it isn't like that. I just want to clear this out, that digital art is just like changing a medium. It's just going away from the comfort zone. And the one reason why digital art is so famous right now, and into the animation world and everything, because everything is so fast. No one really has so much time to just sit down and do a thing over and over again, especially if it's not for particular art, but if it is like an animation thing or something like that. So that is why digital art is so helpful. Okay, just okay, that's all for the story, I guess. So I think I will get into the video. And so basically, first, if I have to talk about the cons, these are not exactly the cons of digital art, but these are our misconceptions and things you gotta know before you start with digital art. It's not an easy peasy lemon squeezy job, and I have said that twice, because yes, I really mean it. And you really need to be good with your pen and paper work, and that is when you can be good with the digital art as well. You need the amount of skill, and of course it's not like, oh, I'm just trying to tell, making someone sad, but it's just that you need to practice, and you'll get better. It's not a very hard deal. So that's what it is. One other thing is that if you're doing digital art from the very first and you get used to it, the one thing is that maybe you're going to lose patience like if you get so comfortable with that, because there are so many tools which are helpful, which are the pros as well. But if you really get so used to them, you might have problem using the traditional form. So you need to be quite accustomed with the traditional form as well, because digital art has so many facilities to make your work easy. You don't have to do the work all over again. You don't know the pain, and there is the thing about the pain, so you will be more happy if you suffer it. So we really get out of that. At times it's a problem, so not a really great deal. But anyways, so getting into the pros, there are a lot of pros, and that is why digital art is so famous among everyone. I'm trying so hard to make this video short and talk less, but I can't. So basically, the first pro is that you get the tools. So different types of tools. The first tool I'm going to talk about is layers. So there are different layers where you can do different phases of your drawings. Like here I have used the sketching layer, layer for the background, one for the color, and one for the lining. So it's seriously amazing. You can switch from one to the other very easily, and you do not have to do the work all over again. If you do not like the coloring, if you do find some mistake in the coloring, you can just rub the coloring off without getting the sketch destroyed. So you can keep the sketch intact and all the other things intact, and that is so cool. So that saves a lot of time for the professionals who have so much deadlines, have work pressure and all. And so that is a very good thing about digital art. And the other thing is that it's always in a soft copy. Okay, that's not okay. The other thing is that brushes, and there are so many types of brushes and tools you can get in a single place. There are so many effects that you can use, and that is why it's so visually attracting. And I think it's not like you have the brushes and it's ready-made and anyone can do it. No, you need to appreciate the artist. It's the artist's eye, it's the artist who uses it and does it. Okay, so the brushes are good, they're helpful. Obviously it's the tool, but you need to be a good artist. So this was for the others. So, and thirdly, there are the selection tools and all these tools which are so helpful. So these are the things I feel really are good, because you can really do things so fast and it's not time consuming. You do not have to do the work all over again if you're really doing it for some professional purpose. And to get into the art merchandise, to get your good art merchandise, you really need to have a digital setup. So you get used to digital art, because that's really helpful for animation and everything. And lastly, one thing you could do to just join and help yourself practice joining traditional and digital art is that you can maybe you could sketch traditionally and then scan it, or maybe take a picture and color it from digitally. And on the other hand, like you can do the vice versa, like do the sketching and the lining, like you just like making your own color book, sketching and lining and this digitally, and then printing it out and doing it traditionally. So it's like you just linking both of them, and it helps you to practice both things. But that's all for this video, and I'm sorry I couldn't make it really short. That's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Do check out LOISH's page. It is really amazing and really inspiring. And don't forget to subscribe me if you like the video. Give it a big thumbs up, and you could check out my Instagram. The link is in the description below. Have a great day and have fun and create. Thank you. Bye bye.